Hello and welcome back to the channel, How We Move the Decimal. In today's video, I am going to be photographing slides that I'm going to then resell on eBay. My process is I do a batch of photographing. I can't talk. I educate people and for a living, and I can't talk today. Today's been rough. It's a long day. My kids are still in school, so that's awesome. I am not, which is also equally awesome. But I'm trying to catch up on all of this November and December stuff I haven't done because we've been out of commission basically all of November and almost all of December. This week has been the first week that all three of my children have been able to attend school because they're not sick. I will say the slides I am photographing in this are from my first batch, so my old batch, and I'm going through and just the odds and ends. I'm lumping entire decades together. So I'd say like a lot of slides from the 1960s, a lot of slides from the 1970s. These were either not labeled or unique enough to stand on their own, or they were just too few of them to stand on their own, and I did larger lots. Sorry, still sick. Like I said in previous videos, my lot sizes that I can get around 200 tend to do better. I know people buy my slides from me. I have, as of right now, 5 repeat buyers that buy my slides from me and piecemeal those slides out and sell them individually on eBay. And you know what? Good for them. I hope they make tons of money off their slides they buy from me and continue to buy slides from me. I've had family members ask, do I feel bitter when someone buys stuff and then flips it, turns on a flip? No, not at all. I zero bitterness. It is out of my house and you paid the price I asked. I will say out of these 5 people that buy slides from me, my repeat buyers, none of them have ever negotiated the price down. They've always paid what I've asked, and they've been lovely people, and I hope they continue to keep buying my slides. And if you're watching, hi, I really like selling slides to you. If I wanted to, piecemeal them out, sell them one at a time, I could. It would take 150 years, and the filing / storage system of that would be absolutely insane. So I am more than okay selling them in large lots. I do pull 1 or 2 out to sell individually, but that's 1 or 2 out of 5,000. So I am completely okay with that. Please buy all of my slides so I can get them out of my house and I don't feel guilty about throwing them away. I will say recently I was photographing a larger batch of slides from my newer lot that I'd gotten from the closet, and these were not stored as well as they probably should have been, and I threw so many away, and I felt horrible, but they had mold on them, and once that happens, they can get mold on the other slides they're with. Storing them becomes an issue, breathing becomes an issue, and I just had to throw them away. And I honestly, and this is going to sound like a hoarder, I felt sick doing it. I felt so bad throwing them away. I can throw other stuff away. I can throw my own children's drawings away. I'm not sentimentally attached to most of their work they bring home from school, but there's something about slides. I'm just so sentimentally attached to them, and they're not even mine. And there are places I have never been, but I'm like, oh gosh, just throwing those away, it just hurts. And I think if I ever got out of reselling, I would be very cognizant of how I rehomed the slides, where other things I think would be like, here's a donation, here you go. But I know if I tried to donate these to a resale shop, more than likely they would get thrown away. They're just not high sellers. They're not going to really be attracted to people, so I know it would take longer to sell. But man, it hurt, those slides that had mold on them. And, like I was talking about in my previous video about old bed linens and stuff, antiques are great to sell, but you really have to make sure that they're not molded, they don't have dry rot. People do this with shoes all the time where the soles of the shoes will crack and fall off because they weren't checked. And I don't really sell shoes anyway, and if I do sell shoes, it's brand new shoes my kids grew out of before they could wear them. I don't like to sell shoes. I've had weird requests when I've sold used shoes, and I don't like dealing with those. Like, do the shoes smell? And it's not that they don't want them to smell, they want them to smell, which is odd. Or can you put them on your feet and take a picture? Or can I just have a picture of your feet? All of the above has happened. So I'm like, ooh, no, no. It's just, I'm not great with selling used shoes. I'm not even great with selling new shoes, honestly. That's not my bag. I know people make tons of money doing this. I've watched other YouTubers, and I know take everything you see on YouTube with a grain of salt, but I've seen other people make great money with shoes. Hustling Hooks is one of the ones recently, and I like watching him because he's also Midwestern. He's not, he's a couple states away from me, but he's also Midwestern, so he can find a lot of the same stuff I can find. He sells a lot of shoes. Not my bag. Nope, not my bag. But the vintage linens, all about. Vintage, slides, totally, I can do that. My husband loves vintage toys. When we come across vintage toys, that's his thing. He will buy that, he will list that, he will research that, he will live in those vintage toys until they get sold. That's what he likes. That's not what I like. I will say we're about equal on hard goods versus clothes right now when it comes to selling. For every hard good I sell, I'm selling also clothes too. Granted, the clothes I am selling are really off season or very on season. So I sold 2 bathing suits. So maybe someone's getting like a vacation for Christmas. I wish I was that person getting a vacation for Christmas. And they need a bathing suit off season where you're not going to find it in the stores. And I've had that happen a lot, especially with children's clothing. If it's something off season, like if we went south to somewhere warm right now, that'd be difficult for us to find clothes wise. Even our thrift stores and stuff will get rid of all the summer clothes in the winter months to make room for the winter clothes because there's just so many donations. And it's really hard to find off-season clothes. Granted, you can find them on Amazon, but you might not want to buy unbranded clothes on Amazon. Or I've bought clothes on Amazon and I'm still really hesitant to buy clothes on Amazon. I will only buy like specific name brands in specific sizes that I know I wear. Or for my son for shoes, he wears a very specific name brand of shoe in a very specific style, and it's become harder to find that style and that in that name brand. So I will buy like that on Amazon. But and I've seen this with other people and I've kind of felt it like in the air. I don't know. It sounds like woo-woo, like psychic, but people are leaning away from buying clothes on Amazon. Now, would you go to like Kohl's.com and buy clothes or Walmart.com and buy clothes? Yes. Are we going to start seeing shorts and t-shirts and bathing suits in stores in like February? Yeah. Yeah, we will. I will say our local stores like Walmart and Target, because, we're so high fashion in my area, they're already clearancing out sweaters and sweatshirts. They haven't started clearancing like jeans and stuff yet, but they're definitely clearancing like heavier weight sweaters, heavier weight sweatshirts. We went to Farm and Fleet recently and they were having like 50% off on their Carhartt hats. So apparently winter is over. It's only December 9th, but winter is done, and we need to start getting our shorts and sandals out. Where that's, yeah, we all know that where I live in the Midwest, we're going to get snow all the way through March. And the Farmer's Almanac predicted that we're going to have a pretty heavy snow winter. So fun. Thank you for listening to me rant and watching my videos. Please like and subscribe, and please watch my other videos. Have a wonderful day.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the